For all things Halloween, this is Hauntformer, and today, everyone, I am back with a brand new 2017 movie R.I.P. review, and in today's review, we're going to be discussing Annabelle Creation. So this is one of the newest films in the Conjuring universe, I guess you could call it. A very interesting chain of movies, and this one is about the origins of Annabelle, the doll, the girl. I thought the movie Annabelle was already that, but this is, I guess, another prequel to The Conjuring, and they did this movie in a very creative way. The basic plot line is that there's a group of orphans who visit this man and his wife, and they went through a tragedy involving their daughter years and years ago, and then another tragedy struck his wife, which I won't spoil it for you, but later on you start to figure out that there's weird things going on in their house, and later on in the film you realize what is going on. And by that time you realize it's too late because there's some dark forces going on inside of this house, and it takes a very creepy turn at a lot of scenes. So this is definitely a pretty scary movie. I jumped a few times during this movie. There were some really creepy effects in this movie. The cinematography and the way they filmed it was also sometimes really unsettling too. The atmosphere was also nice. The house was kind of claustrophobic, which made you kind of paranoid. And you weren't exactly sure of what the characters were doing. You couldn't trust all of the characters. I wish there was a little more character development in some of the characters. I felt a little bit of a connection with the main two orphan girls, but other than that, I kind of missed out on some of those other characters as well. I wish we also saw more of the doll itself. Despite the movie being called Annabelle, the doll isn't in it all that much. I know it's kind of about the other lore behind the doll, but I still wish Annabelle herself would have been in the movie a little bit more. If you don't want any spoilers, don't watch this next section. But as a rating for the movie on a whole, I'm going to give Annabelle Creation a 3 out of 5 skulls. Now, let's just get into some spoiler talk. So the major spoilers for Annabelle Creation is that it is, yes, a prequel to The Conjuring, but is also a prequel to the movie Annabelle. And in this we find out that the little orphan girl that we followed throughout the entire movie actually becomes Annabelle Higgins, who is in turn adopted by the neighbors of the main characters from Annabelle, who in the Annabelle film are murdered by Annabelle and her crazy boyfriend. So that was a pretty big twist. I thought there were a lot of cool and creepy scenes in this movie. I definitely thought it was a scary movie, definitely one of the scarier Conjuring films, but they've all been pretty good overall. I like that they talk about how, we shouldn't mess with occult things because it just unleashes a bunch of things that we don't know about and we shouldn't mess with, definitely, and that's something that I do stand by. So I do enjoy Annabelle Creation, and I'm excited to see where this fits in the Conjuring universe and how many more films we're actually going to get to see. So that's my review of Annabelle Creation. If you have seen the movie or if you want to see it, leave a comment below and make sure to subscribe because, for all things Halloween, this is Hauntformer.
Held you in my arms, but when I woke, dear, I was mistaken, and I hung my head and